So, if you're a building owner or you manage a commercial property, you've got a choice to make pretty much every single day. Do you cross your fingers and just hope the air conditioning doesn't conk out on the hottest day of the year? Or do you actually have a plan to make sure that never, ever happens? Well, today we're going to dig into why having that plan, planning for success, isn't just a smart move, it's probably the most profitable decision you can make for your building.
Okay, let's really break this down. You've got two roads you can go down. On one side, you have what we call reactive maintenance. Honestly, it's chaos. It's the 2 a.m. emergency calls, the invoices that make your jaw drop, and tenants who are, well, let's just say they're less than thrilled. But then there's the other path, planned maintenance. Think about it. Scheduled visits, budgets you can actually control, a building that just works, and happy tenants. It's really no contest, right? It's the classic choice between chaos and control. So, the big question is, how do you get onto that path of control? Well, you do it by getting proactive. And there's a name for this strategy. You'll hear it all the time in the industry. It's called Planned Preventative Maintenance, or just PPM. And it's the absolute best alternative to just sitting around waiting for disaster to strike.
And what I love about this is how simple the core idea really is. PPM is all about one thing, getting ahead of the problem. You can think of it like a scheduled health checkup for your building's most important systems. It's vital organs, really. We're talking about routine servicing, regular inspections, all designed to catch that little bit of wear and tear before it turns into a massive, catastrophic failure. It's a total mindset shift, right? You're moving away from that old fail and fix headache to a much, much smarter plan and prevent strategy. But listen, this isn't just about tinkering with boilers and checking fire alarms. Let's get down to brass tacks here. This is a business decision, a financial one. Because putting a PPM strategy in place has a direct, you can actually measure it, an overwhelmingly positive impact on your bottom line, and, of course, on the overall health of your building. So, where's the payoff? Simple. It's all about the money. I mean, look at this. First, you're avoiding those crazy expensive emergency repair bills. You're also making your expensive equipment last longer, which means you can push those huge replacement costs way down the road. It just lowers your maintenance costs, period. And maybe the best part? It turns your budget from a guessing game into something you can actually predict and control. No more nasty surprises.
And if you need a hard number, here it is. This really drives the point home. If you just stick with that reactive wait-and-see approach, it's going to cost you, on average, anywhere from 12 to 18% more in the long run. Just think about that. That's a massive financial penalty you're basically choosing to pay, all for not having a plan. You're literally paying extra for stress and chaos.
And, okay, it's not just about the money. PPM is also your number one defense against risk. A lot of the systems in your building, we're talking fire alarms, emergency lighting, you are legally required to maintain them. It's the law. A solid PPM schedule makes sure you're always compliant, always ready for an audit. It stops those massive breakdowns that can shut your whole business down. And most importantly, it keeps your tenants and your staff safe and happy. That's not a small thing. That's called peace of mind.
All right, so this all sounds great in theory, but what does it actually look like in practice? Let's make this a little less abstract and talk about what a PPM plan really covers and, how you can actually get started. So a really solid PPM plan is going to cover all the critical systems that keep your building humming along safely and efficiently. We're talking about the big stuff, right? Your HVAC systems, your fire alarms and emergency lights, all your electricals, even your lifts and escalators, boilers and water treatment systems. Heck, even the roof and drains. It's basically a complete top-to-bottom health plan for your entire property. And you know what? Getting this whole thing set up is probably easier than you think. It really just comes down to 4 pretty simple steps. Step 1, know what you have. You got to create an asset register. Step 2, know when to act. That means setting up a maintenance schedule. Step 3, know what's been done. You have to track all the work. And finally, step 4, know how to improve. You review and you refine the plan. It's a cycle, right? You're always making it better. Okay, we've spent a lot of time on the good stuff, the benefits, but we absolutely have to talk about the flip side. The very real, very serious consequences of not having a plan. That wait-and-see approach, it isn't just inefficient. It can be genuinely dangerous for your business. And this quote, this really just says it all. I want you to picture this. A tiny little bearing in an air handling unit is starting to wear out. Now, during a regular inspection, a technician spots it. It's maybe a $50 part, takes an hour to fix, no big deal. But without that inspection, That little bearing just keeps getting worse and worse until it finally seizes up, completely destroying a fan assembly that costs thousands of dollars to replace. And boom, just like that, you've lost all cooling to your entire top floor in the middle of July. That's what PPM is about. It's about finding that tiny bearing before it takes down the whole machine. So let's be crystal clear. The risks of neglect are huge. You're not just risking a big repair bill. You are risking a total system failure at the absolute worst possible moment. You're putting your tenants and staff at risk, health and safety-wise. You could be staring down serious legal trouble or problems with your insurance for not being compliant. And you're pretty much guaranteeing major unplanned disruptions to your business. So if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this. You have to change the way you think about maintenance. Planned preventative maintenance is not just another expense. It's not another bill to pay. It is a strategic investment, an investment in your building's value, in the safety of everyone who uses it, and in its long-term operational health. And that really leaves us with just one last question you need to ask yourself. Take a hard look at how your building is being managed right now. Is it running on a proactive plan for success? Or is it just sitting there waiting to fail? The choice, and all the consequences that come with it, is completely up to you.